G'day everyone, and welcome back to the next video in the series. Well, breeding season is upon us, so as you saw in the previous video, I've sort of been doing breeding season preparation. I've been upping their food, and I've just put in a little bit of green food now. I'm just sort of testing whether how settled the birds have become. I think they might have got used to me enough now where they're willing to sort of come down and eat right in front of me. I mean, it's been over a month now. You can see the cockbird there really wants to go down and eat some greens. But he's probably wondering why I'm standing here holding a camera. But this video is going to be me showing you. I'm going to give you a quick run through of the nest boxes that you can use, and the nest boxes I'm going to use, and also some of the nesting materials, and I'm going to place them in the aviary, and we're going to have a little bit of a look at their sort of first reaction, which is going to be pretty interesting. And so this is where we're going to find out what kind of stock we've bought. I mean, they've been happy and healthy, so there's nothing really stopping them from breeding. So it's going to be interesting to see their reaction to the nest boxes going in. But I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. I've been really enjoying putting all the footage together and having a chat with you all, which is one of the things I really love doing. So looks like they're going to wait until I leave here, which is fair enough. But anyway, I hope from wherever you're watching right now, you're having a great day, or you've had a great day. And let's get on to the next part of the video. Okay, so this is a follow-up from this morning's episode. So we're going to go through a few of the nest box options. As you can see here, we've got a little bit of a variety of nest boxes here. And I'm being helped out at the moment by this guy. It's probably going to be very distracting. So these are a selection of nest boxes I've used previously for finches. Now, this is actually one I was using with my last lot of Gouldian finches. As you can see, it's well worn. I actually meant to throw this out, but I just found it, so might as well have a bit of a look at it. So this one is what you would typically call your Australian style Gouldian nest box. It's that sort of L shape. Just pop the lid off there. And essentially they have an entrance area and then a deeper nesting area. And basically you just fill this nesting area up with nesting material. And Gouldians really seem to love this. This one's really good. It has a little platform here. Other nest boxes, of course, have a little perch. But they're all along the same lines. But this would be what you would call your typical Gouldian nest box. But we're not going to be using that this time, not unless I give it a really good clean anyway. I have heard of people using the sort of wicker style nest boxes, which I have some here for other finches. I don't use these for Gouldians, but I have seen Gouldians using them, but they're not something in Australia we really typically use. Then you've got things like your sort of steel canary style nests, which I don't think would really be useful for Gouldians. And again, there's a wicker version. Things like these might be good for canaries. Maybe zebra finches would still use them. Small doves as well. I use these for the sort of miniature doves. Then you have your sort of, I still call these a finch. These are a finch style, but they're sort of more box style. So they're your traditional sort of nest boxes where you just have an entrance hole going straight into the nest. And these ones I was using for my tricolour nuns. So there's still a little bit of nesting material in there. As you can see, they were sitting on top and they're a little bit dirty. Now I was going to give this one a try with the Gouldians just to give them something different, but I've decided to go with the usual typical type nest boxes, and let's have a look at those now. Okay, so these are the three I'm going to be putting in to the aviary. Again, they're your typical Gouldian finch style. With these ones, instead of having this sort of L shape they actually just have a large brick turning it into an L shape, so it's exactly the same style, just looks a little bit different. And of course, instead of a ledge, that's hard to do one-handed, instead of a ledge they have a perch. Now, those two are essentially exactly the same. Now this one's a little bit more unique, and I'm going to give you a bit of a look at it. Now this one actually has a sort of a sheltered entrance hole. Now, I've never tried one of these with Gouldians before. They are sort of typically known as a Gouldian breeding box, and it has this sort of very sheltered area going into the entrance hole, and then on the inside just has a normal nest chamber. So yeah, I haven't actually tried this with Gouldians before, but I'm going to give this one a shot. This is going to go up on the left, but as you can see there, it's exactly the same kind of principle. But yeah, this one's going to go up on the left, and I don't think they're really going to be interested in that. I think they're going to be more interested in these two, and these two are going right at the back. Now we're going to have a bit of a look at nesting materials. I've got quite a variety because obviously I've bred a lot of different finches, but Gouldians in particular like one type of nesting material, and that's all we're going to use today. I'm going to show you how we put that in. Okay, so first off, here is my nesting material box. Now, when I come to breed finches, or, well, parrots for that matter, I do have some of this natural parrot bedding for when I do breed parrots as well. I mix this in with sawdust, but that's a topic for another video, definitely. I have some more here too. Jeez, some of the things you forget about. So in here is a wide variety of stuff that I use for breeding all of my finches when I do breed finches. So some here, like I've collected this myself in a bag. This is just some fine sort of grass. I've got coconut fibre, a couple of bags of coconut fibre. Just things like normal straw. I've got some emu feathers, and emus are of course another Australian bird. I've got chicken feathers. Wool as well, some birds really love wool. I've got sort of larger pieces of sawdust. What else do I have? I've got corn, sort of corn, I don't know what you call this, corn husk? I'm not sure. Anyway, what corn is wrapped up in. when I do use corn on the cob or something and I strip this off the corns, I dry these out and use those for nesting material as well. A lot of birds really love these, and you can split these up into smaller pieces. But I think you get the general idea. Yeah, so there's a lot of different items in here that a lot of finches love to use. But there's one in particular that we're going to be using today, and Gouldians really love it. So let's have a look at that. So this is it. This is what we're going to be using. So this is November. It's commonly known as November grass or swamp grass. You can buy it packaged like this in stores. Some people collect it and then sell it privately. But yeah, and you can buy it online. Just do a search for swamp grass or November grass, and you'll come across this grass here. It's a very fine, soft grass. And Gouldian finches really love it. So I'm going to show you how we put it into the nest box. Okay, so this is how it'll end up looking. So Gouldians actually like to have their nests sort of pre-furbished for them. Well, I find they do have a preference for that. So all I've done is filled the nest up with that swamp grass to a decent height, so it's sort of just not equal to the entrance sort of section, but a little bit lower. I've also put in just a few little feathers, emu feathers and chicken feathers, not many, and then just sort of compacted it in and twisted it around a bit, and yeah, that's sort of generally what I end up looking for. Yeah, the Gouldians can furnish that. They'll still put in a little bit of their own nesting material, but for some reason, I'm not sure, Gouldians tend to like to have a pre-built nest, so this is the kind of look I'm going for. So I'm going to be doing that with my other nests as well. Now, just one quick mention. I think I may have mentioned it in a previous video, but I use my own sort of little hook system in the aviary. And when I put these nest boxes in, I'm going to show you. All it consists of basically is a hook actually attached to the wall, and then these little loops on the back of each nest box. And I have these little spaces on the back as well. It just helps keeps the nest nice and straight. And you'll see what I mean when we put one in. We'll have a look at it. Now, there is only one other thing I like to do to my nests before I put them in the aviary, and I'm going to give you a quick look at that now. Okay, so this is the item that I'm about to use on each of the nests that I'm going to be putting in there. Now, it's called Avi Natural. Now, I'm not sure if there's an alternative version overseas, or I'm sure that there's other versions as well, but this is something I use. I got quite a large supply of it some years ago, and I've been using it on my nest boxes ever since. And I really love the fact that it sort of keeps away any little bugs and pests that can be attracted to the nests. Now, here in Australia we have a lot of spiders and a lot of bugs. Overseas you might not have so much of a problem, but here we can get a lot of insects come into the aviary. And what I like to do is just put some of this on the outside of my nest boxes, just to sort of prevent any spiders or ants and other bugs sort of hanging around the nest box, which might disturb the adults while they're trying to breed, or while they're on eggs, etc. We do get some reasonably large spiders here, as I'm sure a lot of you will know. Down here in the south it's not as bad as up in the north, but they have to worry about snakes more than us down here as well, so we're quite lucky. While we do get snakes in the area, it's not something I have to worry about. So what I do is I just pop on a couple of gloves. I'll just quickly show you. It's basically like just a dust, like a very fine powder. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub it on the outside portions of the nest box that the adults aren't going to come in contact with. So basically it's just the back and the two sides and a little bit underneath. And I'm going to give you a look at the finished result. Okay, so here is the finished result. So I haven't put any on the top or the front or on the inside where birds are going to come in contact with it. Now, it does say that it's fine for, you can mix it in with soft food, or you can give it to them separately. I don't actually do that. I find my birds are healthy enough as it is. But as you can see, I just put a liberal coating sort of all around the nest box, underneath as well. And yeah, it's just going to stop any bugs deciding to use the nest box as a home. Okay, so I've got my 3 nest boxes here all filled up, ready to go. And I'm just going to give them a slight dusting with that product that I just showed you. And then we're going to put them into the aviary. And yeah, I'll show you the hook system as I put them in. Okay, so sorry for the bad light, it's a bit early in the morning here, but I'll give you a bit of a look. So those are my hooks there. I've got them I've actually got a supporting beam in the middle there of the back panel, so that way I can put heavier nest boxes at the back. And there's a couple here, there's a couple here with the stress perch on. And there's some there for some other reasons, but yeah, essentially those are my hooks that I'm using, that I mentioned for the back of the nest boxes, so I'm going to put those in now. Okay, so that's the nest boxes located. So I'm not completely happy with this one. I didn't think about that. I sort of need it to be a reversed one. It's quite close to the side there. Hopefully they'll still be quite happy to use it. Because of the one up on the left there, I sort of can't really move them over, which is what I would prefer. I'd probably prefer to put that one over and this one over, but we'll see how we go. I may end up taking down that one if they're not interested in it at all. So yeah, I'm going to try and do a bit of a recording from the other end. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we'll see how we go. Okay guys, well, I thought I'd put in one of their other favourite foods this morning and see if they were keen to eat while I'm here, and yeah, it looks like the green seed is getting them a bit more excited. But yeah, sorry about the quality of the last video. I had to actually zoom in to show you the male Gouldian going into the nest box that I'd placed in. I don't really have a convenient way to mount my camera to get some proper footage of that, so that was about as good as I can get for the moment. So I hope yeah, I hope you could see that and it was satisfactory. But thanks for watching this video. I'm going to just add in a couple of extra little videos at the end here of the birds feeding like I normally do. Looks like it's going to be quite a nice day here today, so I'm about to head off to work. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for continuing to watch this series. I hope you've been enjoying it, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.